शिव का भक्त हूँ, मैं सच्चाई में बिलीव करता हूँ।
मेरी दादी, मेरी फैमिली शिव भक्त।
कांग्रेस उपाध्यक्ष श्री राहुल गांधी हिंदू धर्म से हैं, परंतु वो जनेऊ धारी हिंदू हैं।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For the Congress party, has it become Rahul is Congress and Congress is Rahul now? Just like India is Indra and Indra is India at one point in time? Because if he prays to Lord Shiva, practices soft Hindutva, even though it is only around elections, then there is absolutely no problem. But when someone else in his own party does it, then the intent is questioned. Chronology समझिए. DK Shivakumar, who is not an ordinary Karyakarta for the Congress party. He is the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, the President of the Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee, and most importantly, has been the party's troubleshooter in the time of crisis. Every single time, whenever there has been resort politics, you will see DK Shivakumar playing an intrinsic role in pulling the Congress out of trouble. When he goes to the Mahakumbh, even though Rahul Gandhi did not go, his party's president was of the view, अरे भाई, गंगा में डुबकी लगाने से गरीबी दूर हो जाती है क्या? DK Shivakumar not only went for the Mahakumbh dubki, but for the holy dip of Triveni Sangam, but even appreciated the arrangements made by the UP government and Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. Then, on an invitation by Sadhguru ji, he went to the popular Mahashivratri event in Coimbatore just last night, and he shared the screen with Home Minister Amit Shah and then declared, I was a born Hindu, I will die a Hindu. First, listen in to what DK Shivakumar said, and then I will tell you how this has stirred up a storm within his own party.
My experience was very good. Number one, I appreciated the organization which they had done. It is a not small job. Whatever may be, ಅಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೆಲವು ಒಂದು ಎರಡು ತೊಂದರೆಗಳು ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಟ್ರೈನ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ನಾನು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಫಾಲ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್, ಒನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಈಶಾ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ಗೆ ಪಾಪ ಸದ್ಗುರು ನನ್ನ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಇನ್ವೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಅವ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮೈಸೂರವರು. He's a great man which I admire his knowledge and his following, stature and all. ಕೆಲವು ನಾಳೆ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾಲೆಲ್ಲ ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸರ್ ಟು ಇದು ನಾಟ್ ಅಮಿತ್ ಶಾ ಟು ದಿ ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಅಂತ ಬರೀತಾರೆ. ಪಾಪ ಇನ್ನ ನಾನು ಅಮಿತ್ ಶಾ ಮೀಟೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎ ಹಿಂದೂ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎ ಬಾರ್ನ್ ಹಿಂದೂ, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡೈ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಹಿಂದೂ, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಲವ್ ಆಲ್ ರಿಲಿಜನ್.
DK Shivakumar faced the wrath of the grand old party for even thanking Sadhguru for the invitation that he put out on social media. AICC Secretary PV Mohan criticized DK Shivakumar for attending the event as a response to DK Shivakumar's post. PV Mohan said, thanking for an invitation from someone who mocks Rahul Gandhi, the hope of the nation, someone who aligns with RSS's narratives while serving as a president of a secular party. It misleads party workers. It is conviction rather than compromise that ensures the party's growth. Otherwise, it damages the core. So, PV Mohan questioning the loyalty of DK Shivakumar to the Congress party only because he attended the Mahashivratri event hosted by Isha Foundation, Sadhguru's Isha Foundation. So DK Shivakumar has been accused of compromise. Once a troubleshooter for the party has turned a pariah for the party. And here's how the BJP and the Samajwadi Party have responded to the naysayers within the Congress who questioned DK Shivakumar.
देखिए, DK शिवकुमार उप मुख्यमंत्री हैं, वो सभी विचारधारा के हैं, सभी धर्म के हैं, सभी संप्रदाय के हैं, और अगर किसी कार्यक्रम में वो गए हैं तो बतौर डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर उनको न्योता मिला होगा। रही बात सदगुरु क्या सोचते हैं, सदगुरु की विचारधारा क्या है, सदगुरु की कंट्रोवर्सी क्या है। इससे हमें लगता है कि कोई भी कॉम्प्रोमाइज पूरा इंडिया ब्लॉक नहीं करेगा।
This shows that he's showing a mirror towards people like Mr. Khadge, Mr. Akhilesh Yadav, Mamata Banerjee, Congress Party and the entire ecosystem, and those who attack and abuse Sanatan on a daily basis. DMK, Congress, RJD, TMC. A mirror has been shown to them to stop their Sanatan hatred, their hatred for Mahakumbh by one of their own.
The question is, who and what is the real problem for DK Shivkumar's betas? DK Shivkumar attending Mahakumbh and then the Mahashivratri event, or the event of Sadhguru, or DK Shivkumar not towing the party's line or Rahul Gandhi's line of appeasement? Because it is not as if the Congress party and Rahul Gandhi has never really claimed his Hindu antecedents. They've done it in the past. But the fact of the matter is that DK Shivkumar is not the only Congress Neta to have met Sadhguru as well. So why decry Sadhguru this time for mocking Rahul Gandhi? Sample this. Sadhguru met Telangana Chief Minister Revant Reddy in Hyderabad earlier this month. In fact, Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and his cabinet pledged support to Isha Foundation's Rally for Rivers project in 2017. In June 2022, then Chief Minister of Rajasthan, Ashok Gehlot, met Sadhguru, and Sadhguru thanked him for his support to Save the Soil campaign. He also had a debate with Shashi Tharoor on a number of issues. Well, even Shashi Tharoor is probably, on a very, very muddy footing right now. And in December 2016, Robert Vadra tweeted pictures of his meeting with Sadhguru at an event with a caption, "Learning and teaching, life is a gift to share with all." And then in June 2010, Sadhguru was given the Indira Gandhi Award for Environmental Work. So I want to ask the real problem of the Congress party and the reason behind this intolerance towards Mahashivratri, or is this the Vipaksh spooked by the unity of Sanatanis cutting across castes and cutting across party lines? Remember the message of Prime Minister Modi, "Ek hai to safe hai," because this has happened just after the successful completion of the Mahakumbh last night, which saw over 65 crore people drawn to the Sangam Triveni, united by Astha. It was nearly half of our country's population that went because faith held them together. Almost the double the population of United States. And the Prime Minister today said the Mahayagna of Unity has concluded, and UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath said, "Sanatan ki ye ध्वजा अब कभी नहीं झुकेगी." Listen in.
मुझे लगता है कि जनता जनार्दन ने एक सिरे से उन्हें खारिज करके प्रयागराज महाकुंभ में आकर के साबित किया कि नहीं, तुम्हारे दुष्प्रचार में अब नहीं आएंगे, सनातन का ध्वजा अब कभी झुकने वाली नहीं है.
So did this unity give sleepless nights to the Congress party and the opposition, which is why the Motorola legitimate question that I'm asking on the news hour tonight, simply this: is the Congress's problem with Sadhguru, Mahashivratri or Sanatan? That's the question and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight with Radhika Khera, national spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, political commentator, scientist, Shantanu Gupta, author. Also joining the debate, Mohammad Tariq Khan, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Ravi Srivastava, political analyst. But my first question goes to Congress supporter Tehseen Poonawala. Tehseen Poonawala, problem hai kya? Is the Congress spooked because DK Shivakumar attended Sadhguru's event? Because PV Mohan couldn't really find anything else to criticize, so he said Sadhguru is somebody who mocks Rahul Gandhi. Well, if he mocks Rahul Gandhi, why did in 2022 Sonia Gandhi send a letter of congratulations for the Save Soil movement to Sadhguru? Sonia Gandhi. Now, is Sonia Gandhi above or below Rahul Gandhi? And let me also show you pictures. Sadhguru with Revanth Reddy. This is Sadhguru with Siddaramaiah. Sadhguruji with Ashok Gehlot. Maybe you can also show this Indra Award for Environment that was given to Sadhguruji. So is the problem Sadhguruji? Certainly not, because many Congress men and women seen with Sadhguruji. Is the problem really with Shivratri and Sanatan?
Navika ji, thank you so much for having me on the show. A belated happy Shivratri to you, to all your viewers, and to all my fellow panelists, those who I did not see yesterday on TV. There are two issues broadly here. Right, one, you broadly summarized it, that there is obviously no problem with Sadhguruji. You may agree, disagree with a lot of his views. I personally don't agree with a lot of his views, but I think he has a right to what he's doing. He's doing some good work and you must encourage it. The Congress party's awarded him with an environment award, etc., etc. Top leaders of the Congress have met him, including chief ministers. This shows the Congress is not a dictatorial party. It's not a party run by 2.5 men like the BJP's run. What this furthermore shows is it's a democratic party where somebody who's just an AICC secretary makes a tweet or makes a statement, again an individual opinion, an entire debate is put on it, which is fine. That's completely a prerogative, but that shows a democracy within the Congress. I don't think that should be held against the Congress. That should be welcomed, celebrated in the spirit of democracy. The question to be asked is the Congress therefore against Mahashivratri and the Sanatan Dharma? The Congress party is repeatedly asking a couple of questions. Just bear me out and I will finish here. They were poor fellow citizens of ours who lost their lives at the railway station attempting to go to Prayagraj. Instead of being mournful, instead of being sorry about that, the railway ministry threatened people to take off the expos of people dead. The most honorable chief minister of Uttar Pradesh, whom you quoted, ma'am, said pigs will find dirt in the Mahakumbh, in the Mahaganga. The Ministry of Environment put out that report under Bhupinder Yadavji. Is he saying that that ministry is pigs? He said vultures will find dead body. And I remember spending time with you and your reporters. You woke up at 4 a.m. Your reporters actually reporting that story of dead people. Or your reporters and your colleagues vultures? For a sitting chief minister to use this kind of language about dead fellow citizens. The Mahakumbh was very well organized. May I congratulate him? But if we ask questions of people missing, Ravi Shankar Prasad ji saying that there was an international conspiracy or some conspiracy we have no answers to, does that make us vultures? Does that make us pigs? Is this the language a sitting chief minister should use? What about those fellow citizens who died, who lost their lives, who till now not found their relatives?
Tehseen Poonawalla, ask as many questions as you want to. Be my guest, and the BJP spokesperson has answered in the past, will answer in the future till the cows come home. They will answer all your questions because they are valid questions that you are asking. My question to you hasn't been answered, a valid question. Because if Sadhguruji is not the problem, then only other problem that exists is Mahashivratri and Sanatan, because the AICC secretary, what does he say in his tweet? He says that it is a secular party. Does a secular party actually mean that a deputy chief minister cannot attend a Mahashivratri event? He says confusing signals are being sent to the cadre. What does this mean? You want your cadre to be anti-Hindu, anti-Sanatan? Is that the message that Mr. PV Mohan wants to send? The Congress party till now has not objected to the statement put out by the AICC secretary, which is why I ask you the question, what is the problem? You raise as many questions as you have to of Yogi Adityanath, but why can't you answer the questions on what is the Congress's stand?
But the Congress party alternatively has not rejected the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka going either for the Kumbh Snan, the Mahakumbh Snan, or to Sadhguru's program. It is a democratic party. If I feel like going, I can go. If somebody feels not going, they can't go. People can have deliberations in public. But the important thing to answer out here is, then is this a party that is holding democratic traditions and asking the right questions or the wrong questions? AICC secretary asked a question about deputy chief minister. In my opinion, the problem might be slightly different in Karnataka Congress, and that I could agree that we can have a debate on that. But the problem isn't DK Shivakumar going for the Mahasnan or for the Mahakumbh Snan or for Sadhguru's program. And I think there's a democracy. If he feels like going, he can go. He doesn't feel like going, he doesn't go. Religion
so then
is
what is
personal
your
matter.
problem? And I object to your usage of the term 2.5 people run the BJP. Well, it could be 2 or 3 or 4. And then isn't that democracy? Isn't that democracy? If more than 1 people run anything, it is democracy. But Radhika Khera, the definition of democracy, the definition of secularism, the definition of criticism, the definition of whether or not you should support, a man who mocks Rahul Gandhi, all change depending on the convenience of the Congress party. Please respond to Tessie.
Good evening to all. Navika ji, the Congress is a circus where everyone is tearing each other apart. And Rahul Gandhi roams around with a copy of the Constitution in his hand. Yet, the people in his party, be it a deputy chief minister of a state, has no right to practice his religion, no right to go and attend any religious affair. They have no rights. The Constitution for Rahul Gandhi is just a book, an empty book which he carries around, which was exposed by a journalist. He has never read it and he does not follow it in his own party. Having said that, there is an unwritten rule in the Congress party, and I have been witness to that. You praise a radical preacher, you will get rewarded. But if you go and praise a Hindu spiritual leader, or you go attend a Hindu function, or you go to a religious place, you shall be crucified. I am a living example of that sitting right here on your show. And now we can see even DK Shivakumar ji is witnessing the same. And I don't agree with Tehseen ji when he says that they were just individual comments. He's an AICC secretary. When you're an AICC secretary, you have no personal comments. Like I am a spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, anything I say is not my personal opinion anymore. Nothing is personal anymore once you are on a post. So you cannot get away with it. We understand that you are used to saying that with Mr. Sam Petroda all the time. Then you should have an entire set of papers ready every time someone says something. Oh, this is his personal affair. That's not the way things go. First, the entire problem started when DK Shivakumar ji went to Kumbh and he praised the arrangements over there. Because the tallest leader of the Congress party, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, believes that if you go and take snan in the Kumbh, you take a dubki in the tomb, wahan se poverty khatam nahi hogi, so you should not go. And they absolutely believe that sanatan dharma should be abolished. That is in his words of his own son, and that sanatan dharma is a disease. So they treat every sanatan dharma follower like a diseased person, which is what is happening to Mr. DK Shivakumar. Very sad when you call yourself secular and you are not allowed to practice your own religion. It's all right if Rahul Gandhi wears a Janeyu over his clothes, calls himself self-declared practicing Janeyudhari Brahman, and then he goes on to say, I'm a Shiv Bhakt. But which Shiv Bhakt who's a practicing Janeyudhari Brahman did not go to the Mahakumbh? It's unfortunate. When you want votes, you do entire dramas. But when the time actually comes, you are like absolutely missing from there. That's his choice. Fine. This constitution gives him the choice and the freedom to attend the Kumbh or not attend the Kumbh. But this does not give them the power to abuse. I know it's their own family member, but like I said again, the Congress party stands exposed. Their hatred for Hinduism is out in the open for everyone to see. It's a very sad situation, but this is the reality of the Congress party that I have been saying all along, and every person who has left the Congress has said, and in return you get attacked by, अरे ED CBI पीछे लगा दी. ED CBI पीछे नहीं लगाते हैं. आप अपने धर्म को किसी को निभाने नहीं देते. Only if you belong to a particular sect, or you want to spread hatred, then you are welcome in the Congress party. If you are a practicing Hindu, there is no place. And Shashi Tharoor ji is also facing the same. If you remember, a few weeks back in January, he had tweeted a picture of Ram Lalla from the Ayodhya Ram Mandir and said, Jai Siyapati Ram ki Jai. That's when the problem with Mr. Shashi Tharoor also started.
Well, Ravi Srivastav, is there a pattern in which the Congress party really reacts? You see them questioning secularism. Now, an AICC secretary questions secularism because a chief minister, a deputy chief minister visits a Mahashivratri event, visits Mahakumbh, takes a holy dip and praises Mahakumbh and the arrangement, says, I will not say anything wrong. Yes, a couple of incidents did happen, but overall everything was very good. Is that why Mr. D.K. Shivakumar is being questioned today by the AICC secretary when he actually lines up resorts and private planes to fly MLAs from here to there to protect various governments and protect the Congress party? Well, all that time, D.K. Shivakumar is a very popular man. But when he goes for a Mahashivratri event or he goes to the Mahakumbh, look at the manner in which he's being decried. The fact that the Congress party did not object to the, ending of sanatan, the whole conference that was held, sanatan being called dengue, malaria, AIDS, whatever, not one word was said, just shows what kind of Hindu haters they are.
See, Navika ji, first of all, sanatan or Hinduism are now nobody's personal property and nobody is the owner of that or a custodian of that. Every individual in this country has a right given by the constitution to practice her religion any way he wants to. Somebody wants to do it in the four walls of his house, somebody wants to do it by going to the Mahakumbh, somebody wants to go to Guruvayur. It is all his individual choices. And as far as the criticism is concerned, I think that in Congress, some people have started, I would not use the word crossing the line, but undesirably, praising the people.
Which people?
Absolutely.
Then please be clear, which people? Praising people, matlab praising Yogi is a problem.
I'll come.
Mahakumbh praising Mahakumbh and the arrangements is a problem. Going for Mahakumbh is a problem. Going for Mahashivratri is a problem. Problem hai kya bhai?
There was no arrangement. It was absolutely a disaster. And if somebody found it, probably he would have gone on a VIP account. Where 70% people were going on a VIP service. Okay, so that they will find it good.
Did you go?
See, I had not gone. And I don't.
You have not gone, and you are questioning the comments of D.K. Shivakumar who went there. Brilliant. This is secularism. This is, this is being factual. This is being logical. Fantastic, Anand Ranganathan. What do I say? He says going for Mahakumbh and Mahashivratri is crossing the line. Crossing which line? The line of secularism. Going for Mahashivratri and Mahakumbh is crossing the line, and he hasn't gone, but he says there were no arrangements. D.K. Shivakumar, who went, says the arrangements were good, is wrong. What do I say? What do I say about these naysayers, Anand Ranganathan?
One Bhajapa leader,
good evening,
Mr. Rahul Gandhi, I have not seen one BJP leader yet. Please carry on, sir. I will not interrupt you. You have your played 3 minutes monologue. Please carry on.
Don't cross the line, Anand Ranganathan.
At least I will or may not cross the line. Ravi ji has snorted the line, if you know what I mean with this comment. No, but look, there is a reason why.
I meant the 3-minute line.
Yeah. Look, Navika, there is a reason why I implore you to please मुझे पहले मेरे से बुलवा लिया करो 2 मिनट देके. जितना लेट आप बुलवाती हो मुझे, इतना झूठ तब तक बोल देते हैं लोग कि मेरे अंदर वो जाग जाता है कीड़ा कि भाई इसको एक्सपोज करो ये झूठ को. अब ज्वालामुखी बताओ, आप अपना बोलूं कि जो तहसीन ने बोला उसको रिवर्ट करूं 10 seconds पे. I mean, Tehseen saying that Congress party is democratic is like saying Kim saying that North Korea is democratic. What is he talking about? Has he forgotten your good friend Sanjay Jha? All his mistake was to write an op-ed. And the next thing you know, for the next decade, he's been suspended. I talk of Sanjay Nirupam. I talk of Sachin Pilot facing sedition charges for speaking his mind. I remember Rajendra Guda, who said, let's introspect about the crime against women in Rajasthan. Next thing you know, he's sacked. And Tehseen is saying Congress party is democratic. Hell, somebody, Congress leader, talked about condemned someone calling Rahul Gandhi as Pappu. And next thing you know, Congress Gandhi suspended him for using the word Pappu next to Rahul Gandhi. This is the democracy, Tehseen. Kya kar rahe ho yaar? I thought Ravi ji was snorting lines. I don't want you to do so. But can I please come back to the serious issue? Navika, let's go at the psychological reasons why this is happening. We don't want to utter facts because they've been uttered ad nauseum. So please give me a couple of minutes, or as Ravi ji, my good friend, says, 3 minutes. Mujhe 3 minutes de dijiyega. Look, I think Mr. D.K. Shivkumar should have at least waited for an ED raid before he joined the BJP. But, you know, fair enough, he has chosen this route to do it, to praise Hinduism. But it's not about praising Hinduism. Navika, you cannot be in the Congress if you do not consciously or subconsciously undermine Hinduism. That is why I want to tell you, the Congress has always employed a two-pronged strategy to undermine Hinduism. Give me a couple of minutes. Number one is self-loathing. This involves forgetting the crimes and atrocities committed against Hindus, both contemporary as well as historical. So everything from Kashmiri Hindu genocide to the Mughal genocides to what the Moplas or the Razakars did suddenly become mythical and fake. Congress has poisoned the Hindus' mind with self-loathing, Navika, hatred for his own religion, his own way of life, drilling apathy towards the slow destruction of Hinduism, consciously and subconsciously, through speeches, broadcasts, policies, art, culture, cinema. So you have Babar's tomb visited by Nehru, 1959, Indira, 1968, Rajiv, 1976, Rahul, 2005. But none of them ever visited Ram Janmasthan. So you have Nehru trying to stop the president from attending the consecration of Somnath, saying he feared Hindu revivalism. So you have our roads, our institutions, cities named after barbarians who destroyed our roads and cities. So you have from Somnath to Kashi Vishwanath, Babarpur to Bakhtiarpur, Allahabad to Aurangabad, Martan to Mathura, injustices towards Hindus, their culture deliberately being made visible. And the next, just give me a minute, is more important, Hindu phobia, or let's call it Hindu misia. Two of the most anti-Hindu acts, Navika, Waqf and Places of Worship Act, were promulgated by the Congress. And who did Rahul Gandhi meet recently? Yes, the virulently anti-Hindu pastor George Punaiya, who told him Jesus is the real God, not Shakti. And did Rahul Gandhi condemn Stalin's statement of wanting to eradicate Sanatan Dharma? No. Remember the statement by Congress leader Jarkholi that Hindu has a dirty meaning and Indians would be ashamed of it? Then there is Shivraj Patil, who claimed Lord Krishna taught jihad to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. Recall how Congress leader Lavanya Balal made a Gaumutra jibe, same as Pulwama bomber. Then an alleged post by Congress youth wing leader Shaukat Ali called Hinduism a terrorist religion. Recently, have you forgotten, a Goa Congress leader Jalmi termed Hindu god Parashurama a terrorist and a rapist. And who can forget the phrase saffron terror was coined by the Congress. Then there was Congress dispensation in 2004 that asked a Hindu Doordarshan anchor to not display his Hindu sacred symbol Kalava. Recall how Congress leaders publicly butchered a calf just to mock Hindu sensibilities in Kerala. Recall how time and again Congress derides and insults and denigrates Hindutva, despite the fact that Supreme Court asserts and quote, Hindutva means Indian culture, not merely Hindu religion. So there we have it, Navika, 10 seconds. Congress ke do anmol ratan, self-loathing and Hindu phobia. And poor D.K. Shivkumar is caught in the middle.
Well, Tariq Khan, I want to ask you, going for a Mahashivratri event, is it crossing the line? Is it not secular? Is it against the principle of secularism? Tariq Khan, what kind of standards are we setting? And are we becoming, literally walking, talking examples of appeasement for vote banks as the only thing that matters to political parties?
किसी को everybody have their right to go where they want. We don't have any objection. We could have ideological differences with people like Guruji. We could have differences, but Samajwadi Party has no objection, and we should.
Oh, how great!
Official stat.
Samajwadi Party has no objection. How great!
No objection.
आपकी बहुत मेहरबानी हुई, sir.
It's all right. It's all right, man. And let me say something that. अभी कल तक कह रहे थे योगी साहब कि जो सुअर थे, आई एम सॉरी टू से, उनको गंदगी दिख रही थी। आज खुद ही गंदगी देख रहे थे। अब कौन हुआ सुअर? क्योंकि मैम गंदगी कहां है, हमारा पॉइंट ये था, गंदगी हमेशा रहती है, उसको सही टाइम पे साफ करना जरूरी है, मगर योगी साहब ने सही समय पर साफ नहीं कराया और आज खुद ही गंदगी देख रहे थे। इसलिए आपको यह सोचना चाहिए कि आप क्या बोल रहे हैं और खुद ही गंदगी साफ कर रहे थे।
तारिक खान साहब, no, when you're talking about Yogi ji, let me point out, only two references are remembered. One about vultures and dead bodies, one about pigs and filth. He also spoke about जिसको आस्था दिखी, जो भक्त था उसको भगवान दिखे। उन्होंने कम से कम 12 ऐसे एनालॉजीज दिए। आपको सिर्फ 2 क्यों याद रह गए? शांतनु गुप्ता जी, कोई तो बात होगी ना कि इनको 2 ही याद रह गए, बाकी के 10 ये भूल गए।
Navika, before starting, I want to congratulate, I think, Yogi Adityanath, Prime Minister Narendra Modi for pulling this Mahakumbh so brilliantly. Well, 67 crore, the latest data is 66.3 crore people took the holy dip. I am coming today just directly from the airport, spending 31 divine days in the Mahakumbh. And when I was coming, I saw the milestone of Amethi and Bareilly, because they are nearby towns. So Raebareli is 126 kilometers from Prayagraj, and Amethi is just 103 kilometers from Prayagraj. But unfortunately, the luxury car fleet of Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi did not steer through this path. Though to congratulate, Akhilesh Yadav ji did come with the 60 car fleet. I observed when I was living near Arel Ghat that time. I think the problem is very normal. Whenever the Sanatan looks big, whenever the Sanatan looks united, whenever the Sanatan looks ek and safe, they get rattled. Didn't we remember that how Pandit Nehru got rattled when Somnath inauguration was happening? So much so that he issued a letter to Rajendra Prasad ji, and how he treated Rajendra Prasad ji after the Somnath, he attended the Somnath inauguration. So I think that will happen with DK Shivakumar or whoever will speak a normal language. See, 67 crore people is almost every second Indian. Every second Indian reached there. But Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi and the ilk of Congress could not reach it. So I am not surprised. I think they will behave in a fashion that they behave. And you can imagine Pandit Nehru used to contest the seat from Phulpur, which is one of the seats next to Prayagraj. But still Rahul Gandhi did not find his way to Prayagraj. Kumbh is over, 67 crore people took the holy dip there. But I think that's how Congress
debate subject today.
क्या तकलीफ हो गई? Any problem, sir?
What is the debate subject today, madam? Are we here for praising the Mahakumbh or the personal experiences being shared?
Oh.
Are we not talking about DK Shivakumar? Are we not talking about the Congress stand? What is this happening?
Ravi Srivastava ji, you have no personal experiences to share, इसलिए दर्द हो रहा। आप गए नहीं ना? आप गए नहीं, आपके पास personal experience नहीं है, जो गए हैं उनके पास है।
सब्जेक्ट क्या है मैडम? हमारा सब्जेक्ट क्या है?
सब्जेक्ट है कि आपको हिंदुइज्म के किसी प्रतीक से इतनी दर्द क्यों होती है? आनंद रंगनाथन।
No, is it where is the Hinduism? I am asking DK Shivakumar the subject. Why did he go to the Amit Shah's that program of Shiva? That's the subject. Let's talk about that.
Ravi ji, this is
we are discussing about the Yogi
Anand Ranganath.
What is this?
नाविका, सडनली जग्गी वासुदेव जी का जो प्रोग्राम था वो अमित शाह का प्रोग्राम हो गया।
म्यूचुअल अप्रिशिएशन सोसाइटी
महाशिवरात्रि का था। महाशिवरात्रि से दिक्कत है।
किसका प्रोग्राम था?
They will not call it महाशिवरात्रि, they will call it Amit Shah's program because शिव जी तो इनके लिए है नहीं ना।
यहाँ पर
प्लीज
आदित्य अप्रेजल चल रहा है।
Ravi ji, this is very uncharacteristic of you.
Anand Ranganathan, I don't know. You may have your own prerogatives, but I'll not accept it. Let us debate on the subject.
Anand,
we are debating on Mahakumbh preparation.
रवि जी
आप एंकर बन जाइए ना। आप डिसाइड कर लीजिए क्या डिबेट है, क्या आउट ऑफ कोर्स है, क्या इन कोर्स है।
मुझे
क्वेश्चन पेपर भी आप ही दे दिया करिए।
मुझे आपकी प्रायोरिटी मालूम है, इसीलिए तो एंकर नहीं।
मुझे आपकी प्रायोरिटी भी मालूम है, देश को भी मालूम है। No, what is making you so angry and uncomfortable, Ravi Srivastava ji? You know, this is 1 minute. Anand Ranganathan, what is troubling Ravi Srivastava? Since you are Dr. Anand Ranganathan, I want you today, somehow whatever your degree, whether it is research or medical doctor, please find out what is the problem with Ravi Srivastava ji.
Navika, with due respect, I am not a vet, so I can't cure. No, but नहीं आप हंसिए, नहीं मजाक खाइए, रवि जी भी हंस रहे हैं.
That's below the bed. That's below the bed.
नहीं मैं ये कहना चाहता नहीं
I'm not a Baba worshipper.
अरे
I'm not a Baba worshipper anyway.
Please do not insult Hinduism like this. Please don't insult
to Ram Rahim, to Ramdev, to Dhirendra.
We are talking about Mahakumbh and Mahashivratri. If you want to bring the level of discourse down, Ravi Srivastava, I will not allow that. Anand Ranganathan, I'm muting everybody else. Yes.
Thank you. No, I mean, I want you to possibly mute everyone except my good friend Tehseen, because मैं जितना भी बोलूंगा ना रवि जी को मेरी बात नहीं मानेंगे. मैं चाहता हूं Tehseen, please raise your right wrist to show to Ravi ji that you might be politically opposite of what BJP is, but at least you wear something with pride. Tehseen, do you still wear that? Could you please raise your right wrist?
नहीं.
There we go.
कला.
अब इसको भी इंसल्ट कर दीजिए रवि जी, इसको भी इंसल्ट कर दीजिए, इससे भी पूछ लीजिए सब्जेक्ट क्या है. महाशिवरात्रि को इंसल्ट कर रहे हैं, हर आदमी को इंसल्ट कर रहे हैं, हर चीज आपको ड्रामा लगता है. नाविका, मेरे को 5 मिनट पहले आपने कहा था 30 सेकंड्स देंगी, 5 मिनट रवि जी बोलते जा रहे हैं. मेरी समझ में नहीं आ रहा इनको मुझसे इतनी हेट्रेड क्यों है. रवि जी,
आप हिंदू हैं, हिंदू वो भी हैं, पर वो बिना दिखाए हुए सेक्युलर हिंदू हैं, आप थोड़ा राइट विंग हिंदू हैं.
नहीं देखिए, as I was saying, if I can still have my way, I went into the psychological reasons why in the Congress, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar's days are numbered. Because it's not a question of just admiring or praising the tenets of Hinduism or saying that I was born a Hindu and I will die a Hindu. What Congress wants is people to say I was born a Hindu, but I will not die a Hindu. Which is what Congress wants.
Tehseen.
First of all, Anand, let me return the compliment. The only line that I draw is the finishing line which leaves you in the dust. Not at all you want. But the important issue is simply this, my dear friend. The Congress is the most democratic party in the world. Therefore, D.K. Shivkumar can go and attend whatever function he wants to go, or the Mahakumbh, or somebody can even feel that they need not got to go. That is the spirit of democracy within which the largest and the oldest political party in the country.
Where, Hinduism was like Boko Haram and all that, Radhika Khera?
Those are terrible statements, just like saying there is no evidence of Maa Sita was a terrible statement by Mahesh.
Radhika Khera.
Tehseen, I'm sure you must have gone tired of always defending the undefendable and saying कि बहुत बुरा statement था, बहुत गलत किया, कब तक करोगे defend? I think you should move on. Having said that, if we read what P.V. Mohan has said, he clearly says that what D.K. Shivakumar has done damages the core of the party. I'll repeat again, damages the core of the party. Now, what is the core of the party? Core of the party is praise an Islamic cleric. Very, very good. Bow down before the Vatican. Excellent. But if you say 2 nice words about a Hindu spiritual leader, or you go take a snan in the Mahakumbh, the entire Congress party will bay for your blood, and that is exactly what we are seeing. Well, so it is very clear that the core of the Congress party is anti-Hindu.
Core of the Congress party anti-Hindu, and is that on display every single day? And the comments on D.K. Shivkumar, absolutely no contradiction to it. What does that show you, ladies and gentlemen? I leave the decision and the judgment to the viewers tonight. Thank you very much to all the panelists for joining me on debate number 1.